Hello again, I'm Eftove. I'm going to react to this video now that is called 17 Weird Things Swedish People Do. I fast forward the part where she gives an introduction and was an ad basically. And yeah, I'm reacting to Swedish stuff because I lived there for like a year. So I want to check the difference of what my experience was with what she says. And if a Swede watches this video and he or she wants to add something in the comments, feel free to do it. So let's go.
Sweden, no one is ever better than anyone else. It's considered completely vulgar to brag about yourself or even slightly point out one of your good sides. If someone gives you a compliment, you can't say just thank you. Instead, you have to go like, oh no, not me, not at all, I'm not good at this at all. All this makes job interviews a kind of tricky business in Sweden.
That happened to me. Yeah. I noticed that it was like that. I agree with her.
Swedish people's favorite word isn't about love or thank you or please or oh goody or something cute like that. Our favorite word is oj. We say it all the time. It
Oj.
means kind of like oops and wow combined. Oj, the short little ugly word, is used instead of oh really and cool and even excuse me. Yep, if a Swedish person bumps into someone, they will simply say a little oj. This got me into trouble when I moved to London, and as a reflex went oi whenever I walked into someone. Because British people use the word oi too, but there it has a not so nice meaning. Oi. I was the rudest Londoner until I got out of the habit of oiing people on the street.
But isn't oi in London means like a? Like, hey, you look here or listen to me. Oi. I don't remember at all that they use oi. I don't know, maybe it's like a region thing. If someone wants to comment on this, would be helpful. What I heard is like a lot of and stuff like that, but not oi.
You're not allowed to buy alcohol in the supermarket in Sweden. The only place you can get your drinks
Systembolaget.
are at Systembolaget, a specialty shop that closes on 7 on weekdays, 3 on Saturdays, and is closed on Sundays.
That is crazy to me. If you have a party on Sunday and you don't have alcohol, it's over.
The lines on Friday evenings and Saturday afternoons are ridiculous. When you're walking in the forests in Sweden, because everyone walks in the forest in my country, you wear rubber wellies. In those wellies, you put crunchy crisp bread. Why? Because there are badgers in Sweden, and an old myth is that when badgers bite you, they don't let go until they hear bones cracking. So naturally, you outsmart the badgers by putting crunchy bread in your boots that will crack, satisfying the badger, and you can both leave the encounter completely satisfied.
What? This I had no idea. That sounds like the jumping koala from Australia. Sounds really weird, but let me know if it's true.
A big
I mean, I guess it's true. I think it sounds something that is like a myth that you say you're going to do, but you don't actually do. But I don't know.
problem in Sweden is the boys in the north. Sweden is a very long country, and up in the northern part it's cold, dark and gloomy. Beautiful, but oh man, the weather is tough. Also, there are no big cities and not as many work opportunities as in the southern parts, so a lot of Swedish girls have ambitions. They move south the day after graduation, trying their luck in Stockholm or Gothenburg, for example. The boys aren't as ambitious, staying behind, so there are actually whole villages in Sweden with very few young women, only a bunch of very lonely dudes. In Sweden, we don't like to stand
Oh, that sounds sad, but that I didn't know. It sounds reasonable to want to go to a bigger city if you live like out of nowhere, but I didn't know that it was mostly the woman and the man will be left behind, just doing their thing.
out. It has to do with that whole you're not supposed to brag and think you're special kind of thing. So we like dressing the same. If you walk down the street in Stockholm, you'll be convinced that you're seeing the same few people over and over again. Nope, we're just all imitating each other. If you want
That wasn't my impression, but maybe it's because I'm from a very different culture. So what they wear was already like different. I'm very like stylish. I thought that they were pretty stylish in Stockholm. In other places, more relaxed, but I thought they were pretty. Is this European style?
to be cool in Sweden, you'll speak super cutely to strangers. Don't ask me why this is cool, but people go like, Hi, sweetie. Hey, Gullet. Hi, Missy. No matter who you're talking to. Even the 56-year-old bus driver with prison tattoos is in on it. We are an extremely reserved people.
Wait, about the thing before, uh, I don't remember that, but maybe it was because people would just speak English to me, so maybe they don't use those words.
We do not like talking to strangers or even talking to acquaintances. We hate it when we see someone we know on the street because then we have to talk to them. Before leaving the apartment, we look in the little peephole to make sure that no neighbor is out there waiting for the elevator. If there are someone there, we will wait for them to get into the elevator first and we get the next one.
Wow, that sounds like she's projecting, but yeah, I guess it is like that with strangers. It happened to me that people will come, like if I live in an apartment, people from the building will come and talk to me, and I would want them to like. In the beginning, I was like, "Why are these people approaching me?" But in the, I think that in the street and stuff like that, yeah, people are really into like just to themselves.
If you've ever heard a Swedish person small talk, you'll understand why. Which brings me to, if you ask a
The
Swedish
weather.
person, "Hi, how are you?" don't expect to get a "Great, how are you?" back. Don't ask someone how they're doing in Sweden if you don't want to get depressed. We love to complain. We will tell you the gory details of our kid's ear infection, the horrible way our dentist messed up our tooth yesterday, how expensive everything has become, and how we've not been sleeping well lately. Again, it's all about not bragging about your life. Strange as it might sound, we trust society.
Um, yeah, that sounds right. But I also remember a lot of small talk about the weather.
We believe strangers are good people and we never ever expect to be hustled or tricked. It was a shock for me moving to London and realizing that I had to watch my back. My whole life up until then, I'd just been a trusting person because in Sweden, in general, you really can be.
Just because they all have like a little safety net. Okay, but I don't want to go into that. But sounds really really cool.
To sound friendly, we like doubling up words to be cute. Hej hej, tack tack, mosh mosh, puss puss, tjena
Puss
tjena,
puss,
god kväll god kväll. See, it works. Cute.
tak tak. I also heard like taka taka taka. That is sounded like a machine gun. It was really funny, and yeah, they do that. They repeat the word a lot. That's why you hear a lot of yeah yeah yeah.
Cute and friendly. Again, no one is better than anyone else in Sweden, so we hate hierarchies. Your boss will always try to be just one of the guys, and you never use Mr. or Miss with anyone. We're all on first name basis. At uni, there are no Professor this or
I
Doctor
agree.
that, it's just John and Julia, which means I didn't even know who were professors or doctors or assistants or guest lecturers at my school. They were all just people. This isn't strange. It's hygienic, people. Take off your bloody shoes. It's nasty having them on indoors. Barbaric.
That is a tradition that I acquire. Even though in Chile it's not that necessary because I've thought a lot about this. In Sweden you have a lot of snow, and if you bring your boots from outside, inside are going to melt and just make a mess in the apartment or house, whatever. In places where it's not that snowy or like wet, it's not that terrible, but it still is a good tradition to have and overall keeps your house cleaner.
We are one of the, if not the, most coffee drinking people on earth. Yet we don't have different kinds of coffee. It's all just a cup of coffee. En kopp kaffe. No macchiatos or ristrettos or affogatos or espressos. It's just coffee. With påtår if you're lucky, which means a refill. Oh, there's one other type that old people drink. It's called kaffe på fat, which means coffee on saucer. Yep, they pour some coffee onto their saucer, place a sugar cube in between their teeth, and then slurp the coffee from the saucer through the sugar cube. Nasty stuff, but I used to love it as a kid though.
Okay, I know that they have a lot of coffee. This the thing with that they have the most in when they have fika breakfast. They usually have these pouring machines. Um, but yeah, the saucer thing I never heard about. I know in Chile, my grandma used to do it with tea. So she will pour tea in the saucer, and then she will drink from there, like dip a cookie or something, but not with coffee.
We're a feminist people and it shows in our fashion. Women like to dress quite masculine because it makes us cool. Men get away with dressing hipstery, soft and cute because that makes them cool enough to be comfortable in their own masculinity. It makes for great people watching. The Swedish style is just mwah.
Yeah, but I agree with that. But that's why it doesn't make sense what she said before, that they all dress the same. I don't agree with that comment. I agree with what she said right now, that they have really good style.
Crossover between the kebab and the pizza, with iceberg, lettuce and everything. Oh, and sometimes the whole shebang gets covered with french fries just to get it all in there. A heart attack on a platter. In Sweden,
They should export the pizza that they have. I guess it's not Swedish, but how you eat it, like that is so thin. The Swedish pizza, or the pizza that I had in Sweden, is one of the best that I've tried. So good.
we don't have places that only takes cash. We have places that don't take cash at all. The coins and bills are a thing of the past and everything is done electronically in Sweden. Very futuristic. So yes, Swedish people are weird, but I'm pretty sure you guys are just as weird, only in different ways. If you want to hear more about life in Scandinavia, David and I made a podcast episode about growing up in the north.
Really good video. I don't know what you guys thought, but yeah, she seems pretty cool, and I'll leave you the link to her channel so you can check her other videos, give her a like or subscribe. And yeah, if you like this one, you can comment, subscribe, like, whatever you want. Um, uh, what I would like the most is that if you're Swedish or you're from another country, you just comment something about the video, because I think that is pretty interesting how different they are. I think one thing that they do have is a word that I love, that is logo, that it means like not much, not too much, not too few. Basically, it's like the right amount. And I think that word was, it should exist in all the languages. But aside from that, yeah, pretty good video. And yeah, have a good one. Hope you're really good, and see you on the next one.